So this is the current state of my pinboard that has a lot of my K-pop pins, buttons, and keychains. So I took this off the wall and propped it on this chair just so it's easier to film. I also have a lot more, especially button pins that are not on this board. I ran out of push pins and obviously space to put all of them, so I'll share those right after a closer look at my pinboard. So at the top of my pinboard, I have mostly official ZooPM pins that they sell at their concerts and events. I plan to expand this more in the future, so there's a lot of blank space for that, which is nice. And I also have a bit of twine with some clothespins to hold up pictures, a mix of fan and the Wooyoung Polaroid thing is official. But I had an extra one of those, which is why it's on here. I also had a lot of anime pins and keychains located in the upper right of this pinboard, but because I'm out of push pins, I use those push pins to display the rest of my keychains, which you could see the start of towards the lower left. And when it comes to ZooPM keychains, I try to get as many pin ones as possible, so that's why you see a lot of the penguin ones, which is Junho's character. Though for other members, I do try to pick up a few whenever they have a solo concert or just a ZooPM design I really like. So I'm going to scroll down a bit so we could look at the middle of the board a little bit better. Okay, so here you could see the keychains a lot better. Also in the center of the board are some Fire Emblem pins. So I just stuck them on here because I really like Fire Emblem. And you also probably noticed a lot of One Piece stuff. So the One Piece keychains grouped in the center are from TVXQ's Tomorrow concert when they did a collaboration with One Piece. So I of course had to pick up a bunch of those. I'm just missing the Luffy one, which I'd like to get eventually. And I also have a couple official pins from girl groups I really like. I have the Orbit 1.0 pins from Luna's last year's fan club membership kit. I also have a Dreamcatcher, which is the bat-shaped one from their Korean concert. I also have some washi tape strips just below where all the keychains are. I had the idea of doing more of this, like underneath where the keychains are, so you don't see the exposed cork so much. I haven't really gotten around to that or really figured out how I wanted to go about that, so I just have a little sample there. And lastly, for this area of the board, I have a fan-created fan of Junho that I picked up during his flashlight tour from last summer. And so now I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the pinboard. At the bottom of the board, I have a few more official things mixed with some fan-made things. Sorry for all the glare on the pins, but I have a few official like patches and buttons from various concerts and events and things. And most of the things on the right are fan-made, with a few exceptions here and there. And the little bow tie at the bottom there is a Wooyoung thing from his Rose concert. And to the right of that are two tickets. One is sort of a fan-made ticket of GOT7's Keep Spinning tour. That I just like the design of it, so I stuck it on here. And then behind that is my flashlight ticket when I went to see Junho last summer. Now these are all the other button pins I have, mostly for ZooPM. So the official ones are grouped together on the left, and I have some fan-created things on the upper right for ZooPM. And then to the bottom right are some FT Island, Day 6, and a Beast pin. And then here I have displayed all of my ZooPM figurines that I've accumulated the past couple of years, I guess in front of this little succulent planter. So to the left of the Pankei Panda My House figurine are all the Japanese figures I have at the moment. I do plan on getting more because I really do like the designs of the Japanese ones, sometimes more than the Korean ones. But the Korean ones on the right, I guess, are more creative and interesting and fit kind of the concept behind the events they were sold at. So I do like both. And I do have plans to try to grow this collection a bit more and diversify with more figures because I don't have an OCAT one, and I just recently got a Pyoung or Wooyoung's figure, which should be coming probably within the next month or so. And then the little ice cream eraser at the end there was a pre-order gift for Junho's 2017 SS album he had. And then for more official things, I left out these acrylic little standees in my figurine collection. So these were both, I think, from one of their Japanese fan meeting events, as well as these tins were from the Yazoo fan meeting event in Japan. And this is a pillow that I got at Junho's flashlight tour along with a light stick. And then I have this Junho My House themed coin purse from their 10th anniversary. And then the rest of these things are OCAT related. So I have a little plushie. This was something I got from those lotions that were deeply discounted at some point, and I picked up to try out. And I also just kept this little milk carton like boxes for those lotions, just because the packaging was cute. And the last two official character goods I have is this Pan-K mug that I recently picked up from Junkei's No Time tour, as well as this Day 6 plushie of Young Kei's character. And I have the winter version, though I've been very tempted to remove the hat that's just loosely secured on here, and the scarf is removable, because I think I just like the original look of their characters a bit more than the winter version. But I always just feel weird manipulating official things. And lastly, these are my fan-created little plushies for 2PM. So I've shared these before and confessed that I'm not really into K-pop dolls, but I made an exception for these because they look more like little animal plushies than actual character dolls that you dress up. In Japan, they have a bunch of character plushies for ZooPM that I've been very tempted to buy. I've been just sort of holding off because there's so many different versions. I really don't have a lot of space for stuffed figures, so I kind of compromised and decided to buy these because they're a bit more miniature than most of the ones available in Japan. But I might break down and try to get an official pen at some point. So that was everything for my miscellaneous K-pop related keychains, pins, and figures. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do anticipate this expanding at some point. I don't have a lot of fan-made pins or anything, though there's not a bunch for my ultimate groups available really, but I do have hope that someday there'll be more, at least 2PM pins floating around fan-made enamel pin market. 2PM is going to, of course, have more concerts and other promotional things. For their 3/9 Book 2, they came out with these baby ZooPM figures, and I, of course, just bought the whole set because I'm ridiculous. So when I move into my new place and display all this stuff, I might make a new video of just how my room's set up and how I display these things. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy my little collection, and until my next video, bye guys.